Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Apecoin, kind of see what's going on and help us understand best practice from a picture and kind of just celebrate the good stuff here. There's really some cool stuff I want to cover. That being said, not a financial advisor. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor. I love teaching people to trade, of course, but I actually have a trading academy if you want to become a better trader. So, CryptoCache.tech is the website. Link in the description below. Check that out in your own time. I have a Signal group, trading academy, and community, basically teaching you every aspect of trading. So it's a really cool experience. Thank you again so much to my current community members for just being an amazing part of my life. We have over 250 members at this point, and it's a really awesome experience. Thank you so much. All right, taking a look here at Apecoin. Big picture, Apecoin's doing really well. I think we can see that. Here, ever since April 18th, the price has increased, drum roll please, from bottom to top, 80%. Now, a lot of that has to do with market adoption. It has tremendous amount of volume based on the simple fact that it is traded on every large exchange. Unlike other coins, it has that ability to essentially have been released and rolled out on everything. Pretty much, I think it's available pretty much darn near everywhere. That being said, its market capitalization is increasing dramatically. And we can see why, of course, we look at the volume. Significant amount of adoption in the last, just say, 7 to 10 days. So, pretty awesome. Obviously, there's a tremendous amount in the first few days, and good, kudos and good to you if you got in around $10. That's awesome. Comment below if you did. Actually, it's a lot of folks did get in at that point, which is really awesome. But now we're upwards of $19. We won't know if it's going to continue to increase or if it's going to decrease. And we'll look at some things here to find out. Now, first of all, not enough data to be able to use simple moving averages yet, and ultimately, not a lot of data in general. Minus trend lines and specific things like that we can look at. Okay, so keep this in mind. It's harder to do a better analysis because most TA is looking at history and kind of evaluating what it's done previously. This is basically in a consistent price discovery mode. All right. And that being said, we got to look at we got to utilize different tools. We can't just stick with the standard stuff. Again, less trading data, less resources, which is all fine and dandy. Just want to let you know that. But once again, we're trying to test 70 on the RSI here. So we can kind of see 70 on the RSI as a point of rejection, right? So we got up to 70 previously, got rejected. 70 previously here, and got rejected. So we're on our way back up again. Will it reject a third time? Well, oftentimes things come in threes with trading, so I wouldn't be surprised if the third time it comes up and breaks through this trend line. It's also ascending positively here in the sense that we see it's tested once, twice, 3, now 4 times on the daily, this ascending trend line pattern. A lot of times what you'll see in most cases is moving averages working alongside of those. Obviously, we don't have enough data for that, but in general, that's traditionally what we look for, right? So this is essentially a trend line / moving average. The average price is slowly increasing and is consistently getting higher and higher. And this is also a fairly healthy staircase pattern. I know it seems kind of crazy, but it's coming up and over, and it's consolidating perfectly at these specific key level resistances that it's establishing over and over again. So this is exuding a lot of good behavior, and just based on the bird's eye view, you could confidently say that the likelihood of it going up is higher than it is going down. Again, based on the trend lines, the fact that we have this ascending pattern here, and the likelihood of it breaking to the upside is going to be much higher than downside. All right, now, is it going to explode to $30, $40? No one truly knows, right? But I do think that there's a propensity for that. This does have potential, and it's definitely looking good. So let's take a look at some of the 4 hour here. And this is the nice thing here about the 4 hour. It's a faster time frame, so we have moving averages here. And this is kind of what I'm referring to here. You can see that moving average is essentially working up concurrent with the price action. Okay, so that happens quite often, quite frequent, and that's basically just telling us that in the last 50 candlesticks of trading, we could see 1637 should be the price, but it's above that. Essentially working as a support level, continuing to push the price action higher. That is a really, really good sign here. So ultimately, Apecoin's looking very good. The fact that it's coming up to test again is awesome. It's kind of like a handle without a cup pattern. And it's just testing it a second time, and the likelihood of it coming up is greater, because if you see what happened here previously, comes up, gets rejected, retraces, tries again, and succeeds, establishing it as a new support level. We're seeing this here coming up, trying again. If it breaks, should establish as a new support. All right, that's essentially what should happen, and traditionally does happen. So just to keep in mind, price discovery occurs after you break a key level resistance, establishes a support, and continue higher. Oftentimes that's the best way to go. Comes up and just kind of reaffirms itself. But looking at the RSI, there's no doubt this overextended again, getting close to it. So a hard break through this resistance level, it would take that to get it to break through. But on the same accord, we got to respect the fact that if we go over 70 on the RSI in the 4 hour, it could likely come back down. We saw this happen previously. It's very common for that to occur. So we don't technically want that. We want to kind of slowly ease up, probably consolidate sideways and then break, and just get a firm amount of volume at this price point in 1950 first. But we do have a MACD convergence here, of course, forming on the 4 hour, which is traditionally a good sign to go long. And if we look at the 1 hour and we're above the cloud, that's even kind of better. Let's take a look here and see what the cloud will tell us. We're still above the cloud. See, look at that. We've maintained above the cloud the entire time, unless you consider the last time the RSI went up over 70 on the 4 hour and came back down to bounce. So really good stuff there in that sense too. So to me, personally, the way I see it here, Apecoin is looking like it really wants to break to the upside. We have this constant support level established by the cloud. And once again, just to confirm, the upper lead is a support level and the lower is a support level until it's broken. All right. Therefore, the fact that it traveled into the cloud, even though that was a no buy zone, the price continued higher and the conversion line is above the baseline here with the lagging span clear of any price action. So if Apecoin were to break above, or just say what it would probably be the next 12 to 24 hours, if we get a break above the next 12 to 24 hours and this lagging span doesn't intersect with the price action, then it'll continue higher and continue to rinse and repeat the same behavior. Okay, and keep this in mind. All this is happening when Bitcoin is struggling significantly. Okay, this is a pretty amazing situation in that sense. Whereas you don't see a lot of coins flourishing right now. I think Ape, GMT. There's a small handful of others that are doing well right now, contrary to Bitcoin, and those are the ones you want to try to focus on and essentially consider investing in, because they're going to give you those long-term benefits. All right, so again, do your own research, of course. Find out what this coin is before you invest in it, but generally speaking, the TA looks very good here, and until it breaks this trend line, we can expect it to continue to increase alongside, concurrent with that 50-day simple moving average on the 4 hour. Okay, so all signs point upwards here from now, but once again, as per usual, be careful and don't just put all of your money into this one coin, right? This should be a small percentage of your overall portfolio. You're doing it wrong if you're all in on Apecoin. Okay, I'm just telling you there from the get-go, because again, diversification leads to the best results. So just try to remember that. And those are all things that I cover in my trading academy and my community. We talk about that openly in our weekly roundtable discussions, and it's a really awesome experience. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. CryptoCache.tech is a site. Link in the description below, and I hope that you learned something here today. Thanks again for joining me. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.